What can you get for €500,000 at a boat show in 2024? Well, there's no better place to find out than Düsseldorf, the biggest indoor boat show in the world. Here we're getting into quite serious stuff you can sleep on, stuff you can live on. And if anything, the variety is even broader. So let's whistle around the halls and see what you can get for €500,000. And if you've not seen our first in this series, where we look for what you can get for €100,000, I'll put a link to that in the description below. But let's get going. I'm Jack Haines, welcome to YachtBuyer. We're going to start here at Jeanneau. They're known for building practical, safe family boats, always with an iron value for money, and for around €450,000, as you see it here, you can get this, the flagship of the Cap Camarat range, the 12.5 WA, and for that you get these rather lovely triple 300 horsepower Yamaha outboards. I haven't driven this boat, but I imagine that's going to give you a top speed in the region of 50 knots relatively comfortably, and you can cruise at 35, 40 knots, no problem at all. Once you're inside the cockpit, it's actually a really well designed space. They've only got a balcony on one side, which means they can push the seating over here into this nice L shape, big table as well, and you've got coverage from this T-top, which is standard, and then the extended canopy as well. And this is your big servery. This is where you're going to entertain your guests, so you can pop this up, or you can option a grill if you want. This one's obviously got the sink. This one's got two sinks, how about that? Cooling space underneath, and then it's a nice walk around deck space, so it's very easy to get up into the helm station. And this is a great position. Triple helm seats, all bolster, central driving position. So you've got a great view forward. You're well protected by the windscreen, and I mentioned the hardtop, but it's nice that it's got a sunroof as well, so you've got a bit of air coming through. And as standard with the Yamaha package, you get joystick control, so you can just twist the joystick and maneuver the boat around. If you're relatively new to boating, potentially a good option, because it's a very easy boat to moor, because you can see all corners very easily from up here. Heading up there forward, you find more living space, easy enough to walk around, nice high guardrails. And then this is all just lovely lounging space. They've got these nice lounges that are included with armrests. You can see the sound system you've got up here. You can also put a table up here as well if you want to have something to eat up here. And I think the surprise on this boat, if we head back aft, is that although it looks sort of very sporty, very day boat focused, there's actually relatively decent accommodation down here. Down a run of steps. And yes, it's open plan for the main part. This drops down to convert to a double bed forward, but there's actually a good little galley down here with cooking equipment, sink, cooling space, and you've got another cabin amidships underneath the cockpit, pair of twins in there, and a decent sized bathroom. You can see the headroom down here as well. So yes, set up to be a fast, fun day boat, but decent accommodation as well. On to the next one. We're at a German boat show, so we better feature a German boat. This is the Bavaria SR41. Now, I'll point out from the start, compared to the Jeanneau, you'll have a relatively base spec for the €500,000 budget. That was a top spec Cap Camarat. This would be relatively lightly spec'd in contrast, but it's a lot of boat for the money. Feels big. It's got really good functional cockpit. You've got the convertible seating space aft. Nice dinette here under the protection of the hardtop. Wet bar over on this side. This one hasn't got the grill, but you could have a grill here if you wanted to spec it out a bit more. Sink and cooling space and all the usual stuff down there. Hard sunroof on the coupe version. There are a few different versions of the SR41, but this coupe gets the open back and the hard roof, which is quite a good combination. Chaise long over on this side, and then a nice double helm station. And this boat's clearly got the twin engines, twin diesels, because you've got the joystick. So you can have joystick functionality with the stern drives on this model. Simple, clean, very easy to use helm station, and the big long dash of the SR41 with side decks either side up to the foredeck where there's good sunbathing space. But what I think is really impressive on this model is the living space you get downstairs. First of all, let's start with headroom. It's excellent. Bavarias have always had good volume. They've not always been very good at hiding it from the outside. Not the case with the SR41. You get a dinette here to starboard with storage dotted all around. A decent galley with induction cooking. You've got your sink, your fridge down here, lots of storage as well. And it's a nice amount of floor space as well, so you can move around really easily. And the sleeping spaces are good. Double cabin forward with its own bathroom. Then amidships you have a full beam double cabin as well with its own bathroom. So for a boat of this size, privacy is very good. If you're looking to expand your cruising horizons, live on board a bit more, this could be a really good option. a well-spec'd Marex 330 Scandinavia will just about sneak into that budget. What are Marex about? Well, they're about high quality, they're about functionality. These boats are year-round usability, safe, practical, and good sea boats as well, available with single and twin engines. There are some hallmark things going on here with Marex. This cockpit can be fully enclosed by their brilliant curtain canopy system. Canopies pop out of here, draw together like curtains. You can close it up within seconds. You've got a sliding manual roof up here as well. So with all of this opened up, you can still enclose this area and use both areas no matter what the weather's doing. In here, you really do feel the quality inside. Beautiful woodwork on this table, two-way backrest here, so you can turn this into a navigator's seat when the boat's moving along, but then when you want to have lunch in here, you can just put that across. There's a stool that pops out, table opens up, and it's in dining mode. And you've got a sunroof up here as well. Again, it's manual, but having two roofs and all of these covers just means it's a very flexible living space. Galley is opposite, single helm station with a side door. That was the big change on the 330. They introduced the side door, and it really added to the ease of moving around the boat, and of course, ventilating this area. Fantastic, simple, focused helm seat. You can see this boat's actually got the Mercury engines. You can have Volvos as well. But the thing about this package, you get the joystick, which is obviously quite an attractive option. Bit of sunbathing space up front. Moving down a deck, this is all accommodation down here. So you have a double berth down there that runs back under the cockpit. Nice bathroom here on the starboard side. And then right forward is where you find the owner's cabin. Nice big bed. Really spreads out to take the full beam of the boat. It's really nicely done in here. Let's see what you can get over at Nimbus, shall we? And well, you can get this, the T11 with a pair of 400 horsepower Mercury V10s. It's a very similar size boat to that Jeanneau we saw, but executed in quite a different way. Slightly higher quality, hence why you pay more for it, but there's a lot of clever stuff going on, especially on deck. You can see the possibilities with the flexibility of this seating area. You've got flip-up backrest, these are two-way backrest, it all slides and moves, so you can really tune it to what it is you're doing. Obviously the table opens up, and here you begin to appreciate some of the quality when you approach a Nimbus product. That really is very nice indeed. Here you have your central wet bar, grill on this boat, sink, cooling down here as you'd expect, and then you have the integrated hardtop with these nice rails here, solid top overhead, and you're into the helm station, which feels very well protected, A, because of the hardtop, and also you've got a nice deep windscreen. Again, you've got outboards out there, twin outboards, so that allows you to have the joystick, makes slow speed handling very easy, and this is a very focused, pared back, usable, practical dashboard, all finished in nice dark material, loads of storage, twin MFDs, all the sort of stuff you'd expect. But nice also to have triple helm seats that bolster, so you can stand or sit. They're all individual, but you can get very comfortable however it is you want to sit or stand at the helm. Bit of sunbathing space up front, and then we also have some interior accommodation. And this is an interesting comparison to the Jeanneau because it's a similar sort of footprint. Yes, the quality feels higher, the timber all feels a bit more thick and substantial, and it's finished nicely, but there isn't the same amount of space. There's not quite as good headroom. You haven't got such a spacious berth down here, but you have still got a nice double berth forward. It's all open plan there. You've got this curtain so you can have a little bit of privacy. You've got a separate bathroom in here with a shower cubicle, and then underneath the floor, underneath the cockpit I should say, through this aft door you have another double berth. Headroom's a bit restricted, but for kids it's pretty ideal. If you're after something a little bit different, then let me introduce you to Cormate. This boat, as it sits here, it's the Chase 35. It's 291,000 euros, excluding VAT, and you just don't really see boats like this anymore. It's long, it's narrow, it's designed for performance, and it's bloody fast. This one has got the relatively small twin 350 horsepower 6.2 litre V8s. This will do 55 knots. But you can have it with the entire Mercury racing range. You can have it with twin 1,130 horsepower engines for over 80 knots at the top end, though that may not be in budget anymore. But aside from being an amazing performance machine, there's some really clever stuff going on board this boat. So we'll start back here where you have this two-way backrest that flips down to create a sun pad. This entire hatch lifts up to reveal the engines. Under here, Nice gas ram holds this up, and you've got look at the quality of that table leg, and the table itself slots down here, and you can just put that in there if you want to have a spot of lunch. I love the way they've got these inboard teak handrails just where you want them. And then forward here, you can either have this as a bench, so you can perch and sit forward, or you can flip this up, and if you're really traveling, you can use it as a leaning post. And this is also part of your wet bar, so you know it's not huge, but under here you've got a cooking area, you've got a sink down there as well. Underneath you've got some cooling space, and then we're into the helm, and it is a fantastic helm station. It really is. It's very well protected. You can really settle down in here. You've got the Mercury racing throttles, so you have the two smaller ones to select gear, and then you have the throttles that feed in power, but you can really hunker down here, brace yourself, you're held in position. It's simple, it's focused, it's designed for driving, and you've got your co-pilot who can adopt exactly the same position over here. Up front, bit of sunbathing space, and we'll have a look at the cabin now. Now, if it's accommodation you're after with this budget, then the Cormate Chase 35 isn't going to be for you, because it's rather simple down here. It's not huge. I can't really stand up. You've got a big sleeping space, so for the occasional night there is space there for a couple of adults to sleep there reasonably comfortably, and there is another berth underneath the cockpit, but really I think only small kids are going to be happy down there. There isn't a huge amount of storage. You've got these wallets on either side. You've got this area here, but you have got a separate bathroom. Again, no standing headroom, but you have at least got the facility. To be honest though, it's more about performance than going to sleep this thing. If you want a flybridge boat for your €500,000, well, I present to you the Parker Monaco Flybridge. It's 11.7 metres, only available with outboards. This one, it's not got them fitted, but it will have twin 350 horsepower Mercuries for a top speed of about 37 knots, and it's €450,000 as you see it here at the show. And it's actually quite a clever layout. We've got a boarding gate here in the cockpit. Nice cockpit that's got, you know, very flexible seating area here, bench, sun pad, whatever you want to do, you can mix it around. Very upright ladder, a little bit of an issue. However, once you're up there, the flybridge is actually pretty good. It's got a nice big seating area. Obviously you've got a helm up there as well. And I like the way that this saloon opens up. Doors fold this way, the window slides this way, so you have that nice open feeling between the cockpit and the galley. The usual stuff on this size of boat, but it's nice and effective. Talking the galley, over here on the starboard side, everything's hidden away underneath this wooden counter when you're not using it. Fridge under there, cooking solution down here, and then this dinette which also drops down to create another berth, so you could sleep 6 adults on board this thing if you want to. Moving forward, it's a flybridge with a big glass roof as well, which is quite nice. You don't often see that. You get some nice natural light coming down through that, and it has the side door, one of our favourite things. Very easy to get on deck. Often there'll be probably 2 people using a boat of this size, so if the person driving it can get out easily onto the side deck, that's always very helpful. And then down here, we have a 2 cabin arrangement. You have a double forward and a really good sized double amidships running underneath the saloon here. The bed in there is absolutely huge. Storage is good, and again, they've worked in quite a lot of glass, so natural light is decent as well. And over here, you have a separate bathroom. It's shared between the 2 cabins, but it has got a nice big shower cubicle. I think this is a pretty good package. If you want to use your $500,000 to splash out on a big powerful rib, well, the Lomac 12.5 Granturismo will fit the bill. This one is just over €400,000 with a pair of 450 horsepower Yamaha V8s, top speed 58 knots. It's about the same length as the Nimbus and the Jeanneau that we've seen already. It's very narrow though, very focused on comfortable high performance. Get you to your destination, enjoy it, and then blast back to the villa for the evening. It's sociable though, big sun pad at the back, and that lifts up to reveal an enormous storage locker. U-shaped seating here where you can have a table if you want. You've got a little wet bar here with the usual grill and sink underneath the lid, and a fridge down here. Crucially, a bit of protection from this T-top here, so when you're at the helm, you can lean against this leaning post, really set yourself in and knuckle down for what will be quite the ride. You can cruise at 50 knots on this thing, no problem. But when you're doing slow speed stuff, because you've got a pair of Yamahas, you've got the joystick. So hopefully maneuvering around the marina with that and the bow thruster should be relatively easy. It's got a sharp, pointy bow, but there's still enough space up there for a bit of sunbathing room. And then down here, if we delve into the cabin, I would say, quite a surprising amount of headroom really for a boat of this size and style. We've got the double bed arrangement here, and then the old separate bathroom. Not something you want to sleep on for a week, but if you want to get back to the villa in time, this thing will definitely do it. There you go then, that's what €500,000 will buy you at Düsseldorf Boat Show. An interesting selection, I hope you will agree. Let me know which one you'd go for if it was your money in the comments below. And we did the similar thing with a €100,000 budget. I put that up there if you want to watch that. Put some sea trials down there if you want to see those. If you'd like to subscribe, you can click up here. Thanks again for watching. I'm Jack Haines. This is YachtBuyer.